WebEx. So are we good to go? Excellencies, dignitaries, experts, ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon to everyone joining from different time zones. I welcome you all to this high-level policy dialogue on human rights in India, from periphery to mainstream, Northeast India's development pathways, as a side event under the aegis of 60th session of UNHRC. The Northeast region of India, spanning the states of Arunachal Pradesh, Assam, Manipur, Meghalaya, Mizoram, Nagaland, and Tripura, and Sikkim, has long grappled with distinct set of challenges, including geographical isolation, inadequate infrastructure, fragile ecosystems, limited livelihood opportunities, and underdeveloped institutional capacities. These structural constraints have been further compounded by socio-political complexities, climate vulnerability, human rights violation, and persistent issues of disintegration and exclusion. Ethnicity has played a profound and multifaceted role in shaping the region's political, social, and development trajectories. In response, the Government of India, along with civil societies, UN agencies, and international donor organizations, has adopted a comprehensive, multi-pronged approach to address the region's unique needs. By recognizing and respecting the distinct cultural and historical context of the Northeast, the government has implemented a blend of constitutional safeguards, political negotiations, localization and integration of sustainable development goals, and targeted development initiatives through various programs and schemes aimed at fostering peace, inclusivity, and socioeconomic transformation. Today, we will discuss about the transformation of the Northeast region as a result of these integrated interventions. To open the session, I would have invited Dr. Arvind Kumar, President, India Water Foundation, but right now he is in the Assembly Hall giving his speech as an NGO intervention. So my next speaker for today would be Mr. Vinod Mishra, Country Head UNOPS India, with 30 years of experience as UNOPS team lead. He developed the implementation strategy of various projects to support Clean India mission in India. His recent work focuses on policy advocacy for equity, inclusion, and collective behavioral change, alongside capacity building, research, and rapid learning. Mr. Vinod Mishra, if you have joined through WebEx, can you please open your mic and speak? Mr. Vinod Mishra, please.
I'm audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Okay. So,
please.
Can I start?
Yes.
Okay. Good afternoon from India. Excellencies, delegates, guests, speakers, and participants. It is a great opportunity for me today to participate in this event, because it's a very, very important topic which India Water Foundation has organized this dialogue, especially about the northeastern region of the India. And when we are talking about the SDGs, I can say that in last 5 years, there is a huge achievement in terms of the sustainable development goals in northeastern region, including Assam and West Bengal in India. In 21-22, as per the recent Niti Aayog report, the front runner states and districts were 62%. Now in 23-24, it has reached up to 85%. So very good progress happened in last 3 years in northeastern region in India, especially if the Mizoram, Sikkim, and Tripura. These three states are they have performed very well in last 4-5 years, and the mainly the good achievements in the northeastern region is SDG 1 about no poverty, and SDG 2 about the zero hunger, on health in SDG 3, and education SDG 4, and obviously on water sanitation SDG 6. So in all 4-5 SDGs, there is a big achievement happened in northeastern region. I can mention the two national flagship programs started by Government of India. The program like Jal Jeevan Mission. This is the water supply program to provide every household tap water connection. And second is the Swachh Bharat Mission. This is with the sanitation. Swachh Bharat Mission is to provide the safe sanitation facility to each household and solid waste management. So in two programs, there would be very uh, good progress happen in the all northeastern region. The government of India has started a new program. It's called Aspirational District Program. They have initiated in all districts in India, and they have selected 118 districts under Aspirational District Program, and around 20 to 22 districts. They are all from the, if you are talking about the Bengal, Assam, and entire 7 sister states in northern state, northeastern eastern states of India. So it has, as personal district program has played a vital role in focusing on specific districts to drive progress around the sustainable development goals, and especially the key indicators. The third initiative from Government of India is the state level localization. The state have implemented the focused efforts to localize the SDG contribution to their progress. There are a few challenges also, because if you're talking about the northeastern region in India, there is a regional disparity still persists in this area, with some states and some districts, they are some lagging behind and some are in a good shape, from Assam especially. But Tripura and Mizoram, they have performed very well. I mean, all the districts. And the one more challenge is the climate action about the Sustainable Development Goal 13. There is a scope to work on the northeastern districts and states about the climate action, because they are affecting them very badly. Recently, we are facing the flood problem across India. I mean, Punjab and Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Bengal, these states, Himachal Pradesh, they are also facing the flood, but most affected areas are the Mizoram and Tripura and Meghalaya. So they are facing the huge problem, and this is all happening because of the climate change. So climate action regarding SDG 13, the action, urgent action required in northeastern region. If you're talking about the consumption and production SDG 12, or the reducing the inequalities about the SDG 10, these two SDGs, there is a very less progress happen in northeastern region. So the state like the Nagaland and Arunachal Pradesh, they need more focus there is a infrastructure construction happening in Arunachal Pradesh, but still it needs the climate resilient infrastructure construction in these areas, because these areas are very vulnerable. The data available in Niti Aayog, if you see the report of 23-24, the the entire area is progressing, but we will have to focus on the few areas, especially on the climate and reducing inequalities. About SDG 10, SDG 13 and 12 is required. UNOPS is working in these areas, especially on SDG 6 and SDG 3 on health. We are working with the government of Mizoram to strengthening the health system in the state with the help of World Bank. And in Assam, we are working with the government of Assam with the support of government of Denmark on the Jal Jeevan Mission, on the water supply program, to provide every household tap water connections. So as a UN agency, we are focusing more and more on northeastern region, and I'm hoping that coming days we will be able to do more work in northeastern region. Thank you very much.
Work that is being done in the northeast region of the country. So since Dr. Kumar is back in the hall, I would request Dr. Kumar, President, India Water Foundation, to give an overview of this event. Dr. Kumar is a strategist and key influencer in development sector with more than 30 years of experience as an author, columnist, water and human rights proactivist, and specializes in concepts like ecosystem-based adaptation, water, energy, food nexus, with specific emphasis on transversal approach of interlinkages between water, environment, and SDGs. He has published over 500 plus research articles in several books. He's a proud recipient of Achievers Award for his contribution to the environment from International Human Rights Organization in collaboration with United Nations Environment Center. Dr. Kumar, please.
Question on natural resources due to an increased needs, unsustainable resources utilization, etc., warranted putting in place a developmental framework that ensured sustainable livelihood, gainful employment opportunities, and inclusive growth, better convergence, and higher participation of the community in the development efforts to be centered to any new initiative for holistic development of the states. The aim was to put the state on the higher growth trajectory and improve the quality of life of all its citizens to redefine the relationship between the citizen and the states. The region's development journey reflects a synergy between connectivity, sustainability, and inclusivity. The Act East policy and the idea of transformation through transportation has been pivotal drivers for change, linking the Northeast not only with the rest of India, but also with the neighboring countries across the Eastern Himalayas and ripening zones. These connectivity projects have been designed with the sensitivity ensure that the economic growth align with sustainability and local relevance, while reinforcing political integration and equitable development. Budgetary allocation and effective resource utilization has played a crucial role in the bridging long-standing gaps in infrastructure and the services. Investment in the power, water, health, and education have significantly improved ease of living, while simultaneously fostering an environmental of the peace and stability. The government's vision of the Northeast has been clear, accelerated yet sustainable transformation that enhance livelihoods, creates opportunities for youth and women, and ensures social and economic inclusion. Over the past 11 years, more than 10 billion USD has been disbursed through the Ministry of Development of Northeastern Region donor, complemented by the international donor funding as well. This investment has translated into tangible outcomes. Assam now hosts South Asia's largest cancer care network with 15 hospitals, while Mizoram has achieved the historic milestone of becoming India's first fully literate state. Sikkim success story is becoming the world's first fully organic state by phasing out chemical fertilizers and pesticides through a multi-stage strategy of farmer training, policy implementation, and market creation, leading to improved public health, a cleaner environment, and economic growth through organic farming and increased tourism. The digital accessibility and financial inclusion, especially in Meghalaya, has also improved with a noticeable increase in digital transactions. Financial inclusion has been bolstered with initiatives like Jan Dhan Yojana, leading to a rise in bank account penetration and across to formal credit and market linkages, which supports small businesses and entrepreneurs. Nagaland Startups Wave redefines how problems are solved in rural communities, bridging gap that larger tech companies often overlook. With the right blend of training, mentorship, and perseverance, local entrepreneurs are turning dreams into digital transform apps or services that make everyday life easier and, in the same cases, transform entire industries. The transformation showcase the Northeast potential to serve as a global model of sustainable growth, balancing economic development with ecological sustainability. The decline in insurgency and extremism, and facilitated by peace accords and security initiatives, have created a virtuous cycle. Development has promoted peace, and peace has enabled further development. From being on the margins of India's story, the Northeast has quickly become one of the country's growth engines. Over the last 11 years, the government has transformed this once overlooked region into a hub of connectivity, entrepreneurship, and strategic relevance. These achievements underscore that the Northeastern's growth is not only a story of infrastructure, but also human development, peace building, and regional integration. The journey so far demonstrates how strategic vision, inclusive planning, and people-centric policies can unlock the vast potential of Northeastern region of India and its extended neighborhood. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Kumar, for sharing with us the overview of the session, what is about to come with the next few speakers. Our next speaker is Ms. Mikiko Tanaka, Director and Head of ESCAP Sub-Regional Office for South and Southwest Asia Office. Bringing over 25 years of experience within the United Nations systems, she served as a resident coordinator in Guyana, where she led strategic dialogues, coordinated UN country teams' effort for the 2030 agenda, supported the voluntary national review, and guided socio-economic policy responses to COVID-19. She holds master's degree in public policy and rural development management. and is a bachelor from International Christian University. Mikiko, if you're there, please take the floor.
Thank you. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yes,
Mikiko.
okay.
Hi.
I can hear you. So,
Please.
Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, greetings from New Delhi. I head the Sub-Regional Office for South and Southwest Asia of ESCAP, the Economic and Social Commission for Asia Pacific. So happy to contribute to this. Thank you for inviting me. So I'm going to focus on one dimension of an important aspect of the Northeast region's economic development, which is trade, connectivity. Dr. Kumar just mentioned the importance of connectivity, regional integration. But since our organization is a regional commission, so our mission or mandate is around cooperation, regional cooperation. So as already my previous speakers have alluded to, so the Northeast region is surrounded by very much international borders. You have Bhutan in the north, and Nepal kind of towards the northwest, before it goes into West Bengal, and then Myanmar on the east, and Bangladesh on the south. So basically, the trade with within this very immediate sub-region is very important, and it's a very close, in a way, proximity possibility for the different industries and businesses in the Northeast region to grow. So, in terms of the scale of the Northeast region's exports, let's say in India, it's only 0.1%. It's very small. However, for that region itself, it is very important, and it's really great to see the statistics even that between 2014 and 2024, the 10-year time span, the intra-regional trade volume from this Northeast region has doubled from 11 billion US dollars to 23 billion US dollars just in the last couple of years. So between fiscal year 23-24 to 24-25, there's been a 35% increase actually. So this is really a very positive development. And this is thanks to a lot of infrastructural development. First and foremost, the Indian government has put in a lot of infrastructure on these roads, but also along the international borders, the integrated checkposts, customs station, and access roads as well. And other countries around have also invested as well. So there's been quite a good cooperation going on between the four countries of what we used to call BBIN. So you have Bangladesh, Bhutan, India, and Nepal. And these four countries have asked ESCAP a few years ago to help in boosting this trade and transport connectivity in this area. So what we have done actually, because there were lots of development partners, the IFIs also helping and also investing in this connectivity alongside the government. So we did study this closely. What is a role that we can play? And what we found is that although there are regional agreements or bilateral agreements, there are also these mega infrastructural investments that have been going on. When you go to the ground, and see the ground reality of the different cross-border points, there are lots of bottlenecks. Some are tariff barriers, but a lot are non-tariff barriers, including logistics and infrastructural kind of mismatches, so to speak. So, there was a lot that, could happen if those bottlenecks are removed. So we really focused on, first of all, a couple of border points where we thought there would be most interest. We started with Meghalaya's Dalfi-Tamabil land border with Bangladesh. And what we did was we also involved, local stakeholders. So the private sector, the local communities, women, of course, and see, what exactly are they doing? Are they benefiting from trade across the border? And what we found is that, yes, there are some, but a lot of the bigger businesses actually do the bulk of the trade. And we also brought in, of course, the state authorities, the local authorities, the border officials, and the central governments from the 4 countries all together in a meeting room to basically look at what are bottlenecks. And by focusing on that, specific geographical points, the recommendations become very, very, concrete as well. And I think that, what I'm seeing is an asymmetry of information. So what the capitals have, what the local people have, what the state authority or the divisions or whatever that subnational jurisdiction is, it's very different. And there are many, many stakeholders in the whole chain. They have, of course, vested interests as well. So to really kind of bring them together and also to empower really local people and women, that was an important point. In really finding that way to trade. That was really, really, important. And we found that also the central governments, New Delhi or Dhaka, or, we did another similar exercise at the Nepal-India border recently, also in Bhutan. They are really, keen to help, right? It's just that every point is so different, different needs, different issues. So, solutions also have to be different. So I think what I'm trying to say here is that, of course, the infrastructure part is important, the government policies at the macro level, and the kind of, the kind of basic agreements between countries to actually foster trade. This is absolutely important, but it's not sufficient. It does need to find the soft parts, to also plug in, and for all of them to understand, how to promote trade, how to diversify trade, how to also import. There's one thing which is getting income from the exports, but I would also say in these remote areas, the prices of consumer goods, if Northeast region needs to get the bulk of their products from the main part of India, the large part of India, the distance, the geographical distance there, going there, is far longer than, for instance, importing from Bangladesh, right across the border. But there are restrictions. So it does help also in the cost of living as well. So there are many, many, I think, benefits and a lot of still, bottlenecks. So I think we do need to continue supporting the Northeast region, the states, but also the surrounding countries and the immediate, border area populations as well.
Giving a crisp outline of the developments in Northeast region. Thank you so much. Our next speaker is Professor Eddy Moors. He's Rector of IHE Delft Institute for Water Education and Professor of Water and Climate at Vrije University, Amsterdam. He chairs the Global Network of Water Museum, Sense Research School, and Water for All Advisory Board, while serving on boards of the Just Digit Foundation and World Water Council. An editor for leading journals, he has authored more than 100 peer-reviewed papers and numerous professional publications. His research focusing on water, climate change adaptation, and interdisciplinary solutions, emphasizing global capacity development. Dr. Moors, please.
Well, thank you very much. I hope you can hear me well.
Yes, Dr. Moors, loud and clear.
Thank you. So I would like to first thank the former speakers because I think they painted a quite nice picture on what's happening and the possibilities and the developments that are taking place. Coming from an institute that is mainly focusing on water, I would like to say a few things related to water, related not only to the region, but also trying to create a little bit broader perspective on how this particular region could also work and function as an example actually to other areas. So I think it was already mentioned just now, but yesterday on the weather forecast from the Indian Meteorological Department, there was a strong warning for the rain and potential floods that may follow from the region. And for me, coming from a climate background and a meteorological background, I was always amazed about Northeast India because that's the area where you have more than 10 meters of rain. It's something almost impossible to imagine that you stand somewhere and then above you, you have 10 meters of water that comes down as rain. So I think this particular area brings together a number of, I think, super interesting things. One, of course, what I just mentioned is the physical surroundings there. It's not only about rain, but it's also about the forest and the mountains position, but also all the rivers that are taking place there. But also, I think the cultural setting is a quite important one, as well as the geopolitical setting where the area is in. And for me, those different perspectives and different characteristics of the region makes it also a very interesting area to look at what you can do there and how this region is actually acting in a quite difficult setting. And I think there you see quite some promising signs coming out of the region that could be of interest, I think, also for other areas to look at. And I just want to name a few of them. One is that we have a strong interest and belief that by working on the water side, you can also create a cooperation. And I think that was already mentioned by Dr. Mishra, is if you look at the developments there, you're talking not only about water and its water supply, but it's also sanitation side. Sanitation has a strong connection with health, what was mentioned before. So I think developments in that area are quite important for the development in the region. But also it's about energy, agriculture, transportation. So all those things come together if you look at collaboration in water. And with collaboration in water, I not only mean transboundary collaboration, which is an important part, but also intergovernmental collaboration. So between the different states of Northeast India, but also between the different districts within the different states. And I know there are some challenges because I just mentioned one, which is about the floods, but also for those that don't know the area, I think it's also good to realize that although there is a lot of water falling there, there are also still issues on how to capture that water and be able to use that water in the periods that there is not enough rain to sustain agriculture in the way that I think would be most profitable there. So that's a challenge that's there. So I think in pushing the area, and I think that's helping at the moment, but also doing that from this, I think, great environmental possibilities that are there can be important. So a combination of human health with environmental health, but also stimulating economy, but maybe not only on the economic value, but also I think on in-kind contributions is one of the ways how to bring a next step there, because I know that in the region, the cultural heritage, I think, is also a very important, but also very diverse heritage that's there. And I think that heritage can have a strong contribution, also maintaining, especially the environmental health, but through that also the human health can maybe push further the developments taking place. And I'm saying this also because I see this happening in a lot of other parts in the world where also a big struggle on how to use the existing local knowledge to get a context-specific solution in a good way. And I think that has been mentioned also in the case of Northeast India and how developments are taking place. That's the engagement of stakeholders. So how do you engage the different stakeholders in the right way so that you can indeed push and develop those possibilities that are there in the area? And I think that can be done, and that has been mentioned before. Education plays a very important role, but I also think institutional capacity is an important part in there. And both of them have been mentioned by earlier speakers, so I will not dwell too deep into that part. But from the side of IHE Delft, we are quite interested in both of those developments in capacity. So both individual learning, as well as helping institutions to further develop the situation and the possibilities that are there. Last thing that I would like to mention there, because I think that is also something that I think fits quite well with the Northeastern India values and I think resources that they have there, is maybe also a possibility to include biodiversity in a human rights approach. And I think that would be quite interesting to also see how that can work out in other areas. I was at a session at the Stockholm Water Week just a week ago, also about this specific topic. And I think there are some very nice developments taking place both in New Zealand and Australia. But I also know that in other areas in the world, they're also looking at that. And I do think that Northeast India has a possibility to also play a leading role in such a development. So maybe that's something that could be further discussed if that can be picked up. So thank you very much for your attention, and thank you that I can be participating in this session.
Thank you, Eddy, for giving us the overview of the climate and the weather aspects and how water plays a great role in the development sector, especially in Northeast, how it has been helping them. My next speaker for today is Dr. Pema Gyamtsho, Director General of ICIMOD. He has over 3 decades of service with the Royal Government of Bhutan. As Minister of Agriculture and Forests, he spearheaded the enactment of more than 60 legislations and facilitated the formation of over 400 farmer groups and cooperatives. So Dr. Pema Gyamtsho has sent us a written message, which I'll read out for you. The Northeast of India is a region like no other. It's rich in culture, biodiversity, and traditional knowledge, home to over 220 indigenous communities, yet it faces real challenges: fragile ecosystems, remoteness, and vulnerability to climate change. Floods, landslides, and biodiversity loss threaten both people and nature. Despite these challenges, the Northeast holds an incredible ecological treasure. While India's average forest cover is around 25%, of the Northeast has nearly 67% forest and tree cover. Its development journey offers lessons for the world on how to balance growth with nature. Under the leadership of the Ministry of Development of Northeast region, the region has pioneered some remarkable innovations. Take Sikkim, for example. It's India's first fully organic state, where policy, community action, and market integration have come together to drive sustainable farming. ICIMOD has shared these learnings with Nepal and Bhutan as well. Like Sikkim, ICIMOD has worked in Meghalaya for sustainable ecosystems and livelihoods. Communities protecting forests and water are directly compensated through a payment for ecosystem services program, linking conservation with livelihoods. ICIMOD has also implemented community-driven initiatives on the ground. In Assam, our early flood early warning system has saved lives and property and even won the UN Global Momentum for Change Award in 2014. In Sikkim and Manipur, we are working to revive drying springs, ensuring water security for mountain communities. And we have facilitated cross-learning visits, helping Nagaland experts learn from Nepal's community forestry programs. We at ICIMOD believe that such examples highlight that the Northeast is not just catching up, but showing pathways for inclusive ecosystem-based development. ICIMOD experts continue to be in contact with relevant authorities in the region to further explore these innovations. Looking ahead, ICIMOD will continue to deepen engagement in Northeast India, partnering with governments, universities, and research institutes to advance water security, climate resilience, nature-based solutions, and sustainable livelihoods. By linking local innovations to regional and global platforms, we aim to ensure that the Northeast moves from periphery to mainstream, not just in India's development story, but as a model of resilience, sustainability, and inclusion across the entire Hindu Kush Himalaya. ICIMOD is proud to stand alongside governments, communities, and partners in this journey. This message was from Dr. Pema Gyamtsho. Thank you so much, Dr. Pema Gyamtsho, for sharing your message with us. My next speaker for today is Mr. Satheesh Damodaran. He's sitting with us on the dais. He combines his professional role in IT with the Swiss government in Bern with a deep passion for the United Nations 2030 agenda. For over 6 years, he has worked to advance the SDGs by connecting Indian states like Tamil Nadu to global platforms. Today, he is here to witness the success of the Northeast India project with the conviction that such a model can be replicated across India, including in Tamil Nadu, to transform local development through global cooperation. Mr. Damodaran, please.
Thank you. Distinguished Chair, honored panelists, delegates, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon to you all. It's a great privilege to join this high-level policy dialogue to witness firsthand the inspiring transformation of Northeast India, how peripheries are being brought into the mainstream, and how regional development is being reconceived as a dynamic force, not a marginal concern. I wish to begin by congratulating the India Water Foundation and all partners organizing this event for spotlighting successes in infrastructure, local governance, women's participation, and sustainable development in Northeast India. The courage to innovate, the strength of local communities lifting themselves, and the partnership between local states, the central government, civil society, and international actors. These are models for India and the world alike. The progress we see in the Northeast, investment in connectivity, water access, inclusion of marginalized groups, especially ecotourism and sustainable livelihoods, is exactly the kind of model which shows what is possible when policy moves beyond the capital and works inside the distinct fabric of regions, respecting their culture, demography, geography, and aspirations. These are not merely regional success, they are playbooks. They show that development is not one size fits all, but must be rooted in local knowledge, local leadership, and close collaborations. Indeed, in India's federal system, the synergy between the central government and the state government is essential. At the national level, the central government has promoted, under the leadership of Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi, cooperative federalism, connecting even the most remote regions, with the Northeast as a shining example of how central support and local governance can together deliver transformative change. In the same spirit, the government of Tamil Nadu has demonstrated how state-level innovation can align with and enrich the national vision. Both the central government and state government collaborate to serve people's welfare and to achieve sustainable development goals. This cooperative federalism is the strength of India's democracy, our unity in diversity. And it's an example India proudly offers to the world. In that spirit, I would like to propose that there is a strong opportunity to replicate aspects of these development pathways in Tamil Nadu as well. Tamil Nadu already has many commendable programs under the leadership of Honorable Chief Minister Muthuvel Karunanidhi Stalin. The programs like women's mobility, self-help groups, education initiatives, social welfare. But there is always a room to adopt and adapt Northeast breakthroughs in a decentralized water resource management, in indigenous local community-led eco projects, and in integrating state and central policy in ways that allow for local flexibility with a national scale. This would further demonstrate how India's model of central and state collaboration strengthens development outcomes. For instance, imagine a Tamil Nadu Northeast shared learning platform, forums and exchanges where communities and local governments exchange experience in sustainable water harvesting, women-led eco-enterprises, and particularly governance. Imagine amplifying that with a technology like AI, tools to map vulnerabilities at village level, mobile platforms for citizen feedback, and integrated water infrastructure livelihood projects co-designed by locals. Distinguished guests, such collaboration need not entail conflict of jurisdiction. It can be a dance of cooperation. Indian federalism, far from being a barrier, is a strength for us. It allows for diversity in policy while preserving unity of purpose. In closing, let us take today's dialogue as a call to action, to view together the strength of periphery and mainstream, to help each region within India, whether northeast or south, rural or urban, became not merely beneficiary of policies, but co-creators. I thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Dam. Learning platform to be created for Northeast and other developed states. With this, the list of speakers is exhausted. Now I would request if any closing comments from the other speakers who are present there, Mr. Mishra, Mikiko, Eddy, if any closing comment from you. Any closing comment, Mikiko, Mr. Mishra, or Eddy? No.
No, Swati, thanks.
so this-
Thanks.
sorry, go ahead, please.
Should I go ahead, or are you making a closing comment?
I can offer something, but I'm happy for others to start, please.
No? Okay, thank you, speakers.
So should I say it, or I'm just waiting?
Please
for-
do, please do. We are waiting for you to start.
Since this was, focused on the Northeast region, I didn't dwell too much on, the other countries, but obviously, the environment, the political developments in Bangladesh last year, which is still continuing now, unfortunately, we're seeing something in Nepal, which is alarming. But that and the relationships between governments, I think is absolutely, critical for trade or any kind of, people to people, business to business cooperation to happen. So, I think it is also, that whole environment, sub-regionally or regionally. I haven't mentioned Myanmar on the east side. That obviously is a really difficult one to have any trade. So I think they go hand in hand. Economic cooperation can contribute to that kind of, relationship. But obviously without that context, it's very difficult to advance on economic trade cooperation. Thank you.
Now, Dr. Kumar, your closing comment, please.
Well, the models developed in these states stand unique. They are perhaps among the first developed model to ensure active smart citizen partnerships rather than beneficiary approach enabling the local community to garner multiple benefits occurring from the restoration of man-made wetlands, forest conservation, and sustainable forest management, and that have helped in carbon sequestration, improved water quality, reducing risk from natural hazards, biodiversity conservation, improvement in alternative livelihoods, and poverty alleviation. The investment in renewable energy projects, such as the small hydro projects in Sikkim, and the promotion of the eco-friendly tourism in Meghalaya demonstrate how the region can drive economic growth while preserving its ecological balance through increased investments in solar, wind, and hydroelectric power projects to reduce reliance on the fossil fuels. Other development opportunities for trade, including the beverage industries like tea, coffee, and local wine, the bamboo industry, handloom, and the weaving skills of the local community, and handicraft industry, eco-tourism creates and it's as an investment hub with record budget allocation, policy innovation, and the growing private sector investments. The Northeast is not just catching up, it is leading the way in India's march towards inclusive and balanced regional growth. Thank you.
I can state that the consensus on the same thing is there, that Northeast region of India has definitely transformed for better in the last decade, especially investing in climate resilient and sustainable infrastructure, such as hydropower for clean energy, boosts economic growth and long-term stability, promoting tourism, creates alternative livelihoods, strengthening trade ties with other Asian neighbors is diversifying trade portfolios, and reducing dependency on climate-sensitive industries. Additionally, foreign direct investment is helping improve the sector. Efforts to improve connectivity through the development of new roadways, railways, and air links holds the potential to integrate Northeast India more effectively with the national and global economy. As Mikiko mentioned, that trade across the border is easy as it is closer for the same. The government started the border hearts or markets where you can sell your produce straight from the farm to the market. And it's an inter-country thing between Meghalaya and Bangladesh, which has been going on for quite a time. The Northeast is where nature meets network and policy meets potential. With sustained peace, inclusive governance, infrastructure push, and global connectivity under Act East 2.0 policy, it can become the gateway to Viksit Bharat and a bridge to ASEAN and BIMSTEC economies. Complementing all that is being done is a need to undertake a multifaceted approach that fits together climate resilient infrastructure, as mentioned by Professor Moors, local governance reforms, scalable public-private partnership frameworks, and digital integration. All these initiatives together hold the promise of sustainable growth, enhanced regional integration, and significant improvements from the people to live with inclusivity and dignity. On the social side, initiatives like Skill India Mission, Digital India, and Startup India have empowered youth with training, digital literacy, and access to funding. Moreover, special focus has been given to women through livelihood missions such as Northeast Rural Livelihood Project, which has organized women into self-help groups and improved family incomes. The launching of Northeast Industrial Development Scheme to attract investment and generate employment by providing financial incentives to industries has encouraged entrepreneurship and helped young people find opportunities closer to home, which has reduced migration across the Northeast region completely. Connectivity has been a key priority. Under the Act East policy, highways, railways, and air routes are being rapidly expanded. The UDAN scheme has made air travels more affordable and has connected remote towns like Pasighat, Tezpur, and Shillong to the rest of India. Now, how has all this helped the region? We can see tangible improvements. Road and air connectivity has reduced isolation, making trade and tourism flourish. Young entrepreneurs are starting business instead of migrating out. Women are gaining financial independence through self-help groups. Better hospitals, education through schools, and power supply have raised the overall quality of life. Importantly, these efforts have also created a sense of inclusion and confidence among the people of the region that they are equal stakeholders in India's growth story. In conclusion, the schemes and mission for the Northeast are not just about building infrastructure, they are about building opportunities, dignity, and hope. The journey is ongoing, but the results so far clearly show that with the right support, the Northeast region can emerge and is emerging as a vibrant engine of India's future growth. Thank you, my lovely audience, for participating in this. Thank you so much. Any questions from the audience, please? Yes.
I'm Nisha Peris from Association Culturelle des Tamouls en France, based in France. And my question is, I'd like to thank the panelists for this discussion. In India's vision, water has always been sacred. Rivers like Ganga, Saraswati are revered as mothers, symbolizing life and dignity. Today, as a regional power, India also carries responsibility beyond its border. Tamil Nadu, under the leadership of Chief Minister M.K. Stalin, as it was mentioned, has constantly raised the voice of Tamils in Sri Lanka, reminding us that their survival and dignity cannot be separated from regional peace and sustainability. Projects such as the Mannar wind farm highlight how development and the human rights are deeply connected. My question is, how can India, while leading on water and climate issues, also integrate a stronger human rights commitment to ensure that communities like Tamils are projected in the path towards sustainable development? Thank you. Considering India's regional power and the role it plays to protect also the Tamils, how can India, while leading on water and climate issues, how can they also integrate a stronger human rights commitment to ensure that communities like Tamils can be protected? In Sri Lanka, because in Sri Lanka there is this wind project also. So how can India play a crucial role to protect also the neighbors, in protecting also the protecting the water, and in the management of energy, how can they protect also Tamils?
Because we focus on sustainable development goals.
Yes, and that's why I'm speaking about sustainable development of.
And I think you have to ask the Indian government on this. And we are the people like you, and we are focusing on our local partnerships with the state and central government.
I don't get your answer.
With various engagements and plans, missions, and schemes that the government of Sri Lanka and the government of India are doing at bilateral level, I'm sure they must be doing things wherein they must be helping each other on various facets, as you are speaking on. Although I don't think this is the correct platform to dwell on this, because right now we are speaking about the Northeast region. However, as I said, that the bilateral relations and the bilateral engagements at whatever level it happens is a different story altogether. And I'm sure a lot of good work has been happening between both the countries, because both the countries are friend countries. So we hope for the best. Thank you.
Just add one thing. Actually, I mentioned about the South-South cooperation. So India believe in very much South-South cooperation, and as a SANS member, I'm also SANS member, and Sri Lanka is also our member. So we are actually contributing a lot of good things, and we are engaging in same SDG, localization and how to use it in particular country. Even if you talk about the investment and the planning of India, so our countries, lot of private sector as well, they are also engaging in coming in your ports and energy as well. So there is no conflict in that, and in the future we will cooperate much better. Thank you very much.
We would like to take it ahead, but I'm sorry, the coordinator is asking me to finish because we have ended our time. Thank you so much. Thank you for participation.